This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our first RMC meeting of the year. Happy to see everybody. So want to go around and give introductions and let us know if there's any questions you have or anything on your mind. David, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm David. I was diagnosed with RMC in June 2021, and uh, as of so far it's been good news in regards to all this. I had chemotherapy, sorry, for about half a year at the end of 2021 until 2022, middle part of 2022, and since then all my scans, thank the Lord, have been clear, as in they've not shown any sign of metastatic disease. So that's very positive.
Is there anything on your mind you want to talk about or any questions?
No, I saw Richie's email about that young girl who is not with us anymore, which was very sad. But no, not really.
Heather, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Heather. I was diagnosed with RMC January of 2023. I've been going to MD Anderson. I started my treatment there, and I've been going back and forth every 3 months from Charlotte to Houston for the past 2 years. Um, I I've done 24 chemo treatments, 36 radiation treatments, and I've had my right kidney removed. Um, I had, I thought I was in remission last June, but we had a couple of spots pop back up, and I had to start chemo back in November. Things were looking really rough there for a while. I've had 4 chemo treatments since then, and I was in Houston last week for a PET scan. And Dr. Massell called me Friday night and told me that my scan shows no evidence of active disease. So I'm super, super excited about that. He was so shocked when he called me. We were both completely shocked, but absolutely an answered prayer. And if you're in the trenches right now, I'm here to tell you you can come back from it. So hang in there.
Thank you, Heather. Amazing news. I'm so happy to hear that.
Thank you. I'm super, super excited just to really heal now.
Do you have any questions?
I don't think so. Like David said, I was really upset to hear about LV passing. You know, she's I'm sure probably the youngest in our group, and it really broke my heart over the last week.
Thank you. Nikki, do you want to go next? Nikki, if you're talking, we can't hear you. Nikki, I'm not sure if you want to come in and out. Maybe that might work. Okay. Nicole, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, perfect. Hi, my name is Nicole. I am here as just someone to listen to you guys' stories and just get some advice. My brother-in-law was recently diagnosed with RMC, excuse me, at the beginning of this year. So we've just reached out to um, to this foundation in order to just have some more guidance and some more of an outlook on what we can expect and some advice and just another resource for us to utilize.
Yeah, happy you're here, Nicole. Where are you guys located?
California, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Okay, got it. Is there any particular questions you have like right now?
Probably not right now. I just really want to more listen to, if stories if possible and just, just see what we're in store for and get some advice if we need it.
Yeah, of course. Well, feel free to interrupt if you have questions that come up. Is
I
there any?
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nicole, we can also get you some local resources in Los Angeles as well.
That's great. My sister is also on this call, Bridget Cicada, and it's her husband that we're listening for.
Okay, perfect. So absolutely. And you guys are in the right place, and we're so glad that you're here.
Thank you for the invite. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Bridget, do you want to go next and introduce yourself?
Hi, yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect. So, yeah, my name is Bridget Cicada, and my husband was recently re-diagnosed with RMC in January of 2025. RMC, learning about RMC within the last 2 weeks, I would say. Um, we found that it is a rare kidney disease, and not even the doctors at the first hospital could diagnose him with that type of cancer. So moving to the City of Hope, he got re-diagnosed there, and they came up with RMC. And his story is he was supposed to start immunotherapy because they diagnosed him with RCC first. After going to City of Hope, they re-diagnosed him with RMC. So we couldn't start the immunotherapy. So he just had his first chemotherapy session last Saturday. We just found CJ Johnson's foundation on Saturday. Nikki Cicada is my sister-in-law, and she's just doing all the research. Um, and so she found you guys. So right away we seen there's a walk coming up, and I've already raised almost like $3,000 for CJ Johnson's foundation, and we're trying to raise more. Excuse me, but we're here as for guidance, support, resources, and hoping to get him. He has his foot in the door at MD Anderson, but it looks like the wait is all the way to March.
No,
So
I don't mean to interrupt you, Bridget, but no, I'll get you in sooner. That's why I emailed you and wanted to make sure that you guys will be able to travel sooner. I can get you in.
thank you, Richie. That's good news to hear. I appreciate that so much. I can reply to your email soon after this.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so that's where I'm hoping to, and we do have an appointment with Dr. Mescal.
But not too much.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of my background right now. So Nicole Palacios is my sister, Nikki Cicada is my sister-in-law, and they are here with me on the Zoom to, be of support.
Well, happy you guys are here and having the support. I know that's a lot. It means a lot. Bridget, do you have any questions at this moment?
I don't have any questions right now.
Okay.
Thank you. hmm
Nikki, do you want to introduce yourself? Mm,
I don't know where Nikki's at.
yeah, I see her. Like she logged on and logged off, but we still don't hear her, and it looks like her sound is on. Alexa, is there any other tricks we could do, or for her?
I mean, it depends on what she's on. Oh,
Can you hear me now?
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
I'm logging in from my work computer. I don't get good cell phone reception. Um, my name is Nikki Cicada, and my brother Xavier was recently diagnosed with RMC on January 2nd. So I think my sister-in-law kind of touched on that. Um, I do have questions for the group regarding travel after chemotherapy. So we are trying to expedite his doctor's appointment, and I was just really happy to see that email from Richie today. Very, very thankful. But how does it work with travel and after chemotherapy? So he's currently undergoing treatments right now. When is it safe to travel for him to make those appointments in Texas?
It's usually right away. I mean, like my husband used to get treated like I think every other week, and the day after we would like we the day after we would travel back. I mean, everybody might have different symptoms and feel good or bad certain days. I think like the day after is usually okay, but like after after a couple days it like usually gets worse. But like usually you are okay like to travel.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine to travel. It just everybody is different, but we have quite a few that do travel. Usually not the same day, but the very next day. They do travel out, but again, it depends on how you feel after receiving the chemotherapy. But we will work on getting Xavier in. That's why I was just checking to make sure that you guys are ready to go if we can get an early appointment, which I know we will.
Yeah, we'd like to get there as soon as possible. I've kind of been looking at some of these YouTube videos that you guys have done, and I looked at one where, um, um, the survival rate at MD Anderson far surpasses anything I've seen. So I'm thankful that these calls have been recorded and this information is being shared. So thank you all. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, Nikki, nowadays there are just so many options out there now, and Dr. Masal is working tirelessly on more clinical trials now. We're on number 4. We've already have a couple people in on those clinical trials. He's working on 5 and 6. So they're just just don't lose hope. I mean, it is a scary thing. It is considered rare, and it is, but more and more are being diagnosed. And just like in Xavier's case, he was misdiagnosed initially. And I think mostly everybody on this call can testify to the fact that they were probably more than likely diagnosed incorrectly the first time. So we're here with one big family. The main thing is just don't lose hope.
And also, I want to point out Brian E's story is very, very similar, and he is doing well. And I know he'll share some of that, but there is so much reason to be hopeful and to be encouraged. And so I hope when I don't want to put Brian on the spot, but when Brian does share, the I think you'll also be very encouraged by that, and also Andre and stuff. So that's what you'll take away.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Nikki, at the moment, do you have any more questions right now?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Yep. Danielle, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Okay. Um, my name is Danielle, and my son Ethan, who's 17, was diagnosed with RMC last May, and it's been a tough journey. Looking for support. Uh, he just recently had scans, and unfortunately, his second line of treatment is no longer effective. So yesterday, he just started his third line of treatment. We went to go visit Dr. Masal in September, and thankfully, he's working very closely with our local oncologists at Stanford, and we're very grateful for him. He knows exactly what treatment plan to put him on, and just scared. and here for support and community.
Thank you. You said you're in Stamford, Connecticut?
No, Northern California. So our
Oh,
doctors are at Stanford Children's Center.
okay, got it, got it, got it. Sorry. Do you have any questions,
No,
Danny?
mostly just here, to hear everyone else's stories and for the communities and support.
And then what is the treatment your son's on now?
He just switched over to oh gosh, the one that is works with the immune system. Uh,
Like an
Pulmonitib.
immunotherapy?
It's like a oh my gosh, I can't say the name of it because it's such a long name. Pulmanitab or panitumumab?
Is it
Panitumumab?
panitumumab? Yeah.
Yes, that one. Yes. He just switched over to that one starting yesterday, along with 2 other chemotherapy drugs.
Melissa, would you like to go next?
Sure. I am Melissa Fernandez, and I was incorrectly diagnosed mid-August, and then correctly diagnosed when I finally got over to MD Anderson towards the end of September. Let's see. It's been an interesting journey. I also have rheumatoid arthritis, which has taken me out of the 4th trial. I can't do that, but I have had, we thought I was having a flare up in my hip. That turns out it was so much metastasis that they think I have a fracture in my hip now. So it's been tough these last few months. So I'm on my 2nd line of treatment. I head to Texas tomorrow for my 3rd PET scan, and my CA-125 is going down, so that's good. So I'm here for hope. Hear your stories and get some hope.
So happy you're here, Melissa.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Roxanne, would you like to go next?
Hello, everyone, and wow, just just to follow Melissa, I'm here as a previous caregiver for my son. Unfortunately, he did pass away, but this group has been so comforting for even that and everyone's journeys that I'm following right now, and I just keep hope and everything alive for everyone that is on here. I've reached out to a few, and we do keep in touch. And anybody on here, I mean, I don't even, it's a lot now. But if anybody on here ever just needs that word to talk to this, to that, whatever, Richie has my number. You can always reach out to me because sometimes you don't want to talk. You just want an ear that's going to listen and just, I'm here. I'm here. But I'm just, I have hope for the best for everyone.
Thank you, Roxanne. Jennifer, do you want to go next?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I have kind of an update on Antonio. So, since the last call, he went to Texas 2 times in December to have radiation in 3 spots, and then he went back at the end of December for radiation in the spine and iliac bone. Um, and so they had him take a little bit of a break from his chemo treatments that following week, just to recover, because the spine radiation was like a 2-hour treatment. Um, so since then, his platelets have been low. so he hasn't been able to have any chemo treatments. So it's about 4 weeks now. A little bit concerned. He was just in the hospital this past weekend because he was having trouble with shortness of breath, and he has large bilateral pleural effusion. So both of his lungs are filled with fluids, and they both have partially collapsed. We found. Um, so he came home Sunday, and then we drove 2 hours to Boston. That's where his oncologists are. So we went there to see if his levels were any better. They were a little bit better, but still not good enough for treatment. But I did kind of talk him into letting him have the panitumumab since it's not really a chemo. And I talked to Dr. Masal, the night before and asked him about it. And he said it shouldn't be a problem as long as like other levels were okay. So they gave him that, and we drove home. And then he started having the shortness of breath and trouble breathing again. So he is in the hospital right now, in a local hospital, and we're just waiting for him to get transferred to the hospital in Boston, where his oncologists want him to be. And he's supposed to get another thoracentesis in the morning to drain some more of the fluids, and he'll probably end up getting they're talking about doing some tubes just because he has so much fluids and they don't want to drain, everything out at once. It's not safe. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're not sure. I talked to Dr. Masal and everything, and he's hopeful that it's just the fluids are just from, the radiation. Um, but we'll see. They sent off the fluids for cytology, so we're hanging in there. He's got good spirits still, it's like, I just want to go home. I'm fine. I'm like, you're not fine. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now.
Is he seeing a pulmonologist as well? Like with the
So
lung?
over the weekend, the pulmonologist did come in and he kind of like directed the thoracentesis that they did over the weekend. And they're a different hospital system. So I'd prefer to, even though it's a pain to drive to Boston, I prefer going there just because they have so many other specialists. Sorry, my dog. So the pulmonologist was with the local hospital system. So I'm not sure. I'm going to talk to them over, like, once we finally get over there to the hospital. And, he's probably going to have follow-ups with one. Because I know I'm sorry about my dog.
Oh,
He does see a nephrologist too, like since since he had his kidney removed. So I guess we'll just add like another specialist to the team, right? The more, the better.
yeah, it's always seems to be. But yeah, I don't blame you with because I know like living in New Jersey, we'd always go to New York City, like just because it's I feel like it's easier and too with the records and everything. So I
Right.
understand that.
Because like our local hospital, they were like, we don't have this, we don't have what you need here. So yeah, I mean, it was good because it was an emergency, but transfer us over, please. It's just a hassle. We were supposed to go today, and there wasn't a bed available, so now he's got to stay again there. But
Mm, got it. Okay, yeah. Jennifer, do you have any questions?
not really. I didn't think I was gonna be able to come on tonight, but my daughter went to go visit with him, so I could run home, check on the dogs, and
Oh, nice.
but I just wanted, study and listen to everybody.
Well, the dog did want to say something, and I don't want to take a chance because that could be the cure for RMC with how urgent the barking is. So if you would just introduce the dog,
Oh gosh,
I'd
Bella,
appreciate that.
come here. She's a little pain. She's crazy. Wait.
Tell us your secrets. Thank you. Hello. Thank you.
Amanda, do you want to introduce yourself?
I've never done this before, so hi.
Hi, Amanda. Do you want to say why, what brings you to the RMC support group, and just just give like a brief story about your journey?
Okay, so I seen Richie had a Facebook page, and I started following her. My son is a survivor of RMC, so I just wanted to kind of just get more awareness and ways to make people aware of it, and see what other stories are out there.
Awesome. Yeah, we're happy you're here. Um, when did your son become a survivor?
In 2021.
Okay, awesome.
So he was diagnosed in January of 2021, started chemo in March of 21, and was in, oh my God, my brain, remission in September of 21.
Amazing. Where
Yes.
were you guys getting? Where was he getting treated?
Um, Shands in Gainesville, Florida.
Oh, okay. What
Yes.
is that? Is that close to Miami or Orlando?
It's probably about 2 hours or maybe an hour and a half from Orlando,
Okay.
so it's closer to there. It's more closer to Jacksonville, if you're familiar with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A little. I guess I've never been to Jacksonville, but I'm familiar with that one town.
Yeah, so it's 4 hour. I live in Panama City, Florida, so it's 4 hours from us, and we would travel every 6 weeks for him to get treatment there overnight, and then we would do a weekly treatment local.
Okay.
Amanda, how did you find out that he had RMC? What led you to the hospital for the diagnosis?
So he was having right flank pain. So whenever he went in, they did scans, and that's when they found out that he had a tumor on his right kidney. At that point, they didn't really know it was the renal medullary carcinoma. They just knew it was a tumor. Um, but I guess with the blood work, it kept coming up that he had the trait of the sickle cell. And he asked me, he was like, "Mom, do I have sickle cell trait?" I was like, "No, not I'm aware of," because usually when they're born, they let you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get that letter. So, anyways, come to find out, more testing, they had to send it off um, to a different laboratory. And after a few biopsies, and that's when they found out. And then our local oncologist wouldn't deal with him at that point. So they sent us to Shands. So, and then that's when they took the kidney out, and then probably about 3 weeks later they started chemo.
And had they treated anyone with RMC before, or did they consult with the physicians here?
He had not. So the regimen, of course, they had to do a lot of research and stuff. I don't remember the regimen, but I know it was a very strong regimen that they did on him. Um, but as I told Richie in an email, that he did amazing. No sickness, no. I mean, and he was 18 years old when he found out. So thank God he found out at a young age. Um, or, because that's what I understand, is that it would have spread if it would have been longer, and that's why people don't survive it.
What stage was he diagnosed at?
4.
So for what,
Mm-hmm.
like, at that point, where had it spread?
It's so it was just mainly on his kidney, and there was some in his lymph nodes. So that was it. It didn't spread anywhere else. So once they took that kidney out, they were more treating, I guess, like the lymph node areas. But like the first scan after his first set of treatment, it was almost gone, completely gone.
Wow.
What was left?
What symptoms did he have that you guys like were concerned with, like that led
None,
to no?
none. That it just it. And I had asked him, like I said, it was January 1st of 2021 on New Year's. They had went out. Him and his girlfriend had went out to celebrate, and then she ended up having to take him to the hospital because I had just had back surgery, so I was in the hospital myself. So they went in. So that was the first sign. So I had to ask him, "Have you had pain on your right side before?" And he said he had, but it wasn't that bad like it was that night. So that was the only. And come to find out, now that I think about it, weight loss, I would say weight loss
Mm.
because he did walk a lot to work and stuff like that. So I didn't think anything of it. So, but yeah, he continued to work through the whole chemo, everything full time. It's just amazing to me from what I've read on, this disease and how sick people get. He was just like amazing through it all.
Yeah, it's great. Amanda, do you have any questions for anybody?
Um, no, I mean, I would like to know some stories or if anybody has any, like what made them come to this page as well.
Okay. Well,
Or
I guess I'm gonna segue to Brian if you want to introduce yourself and give your story.
who was that? I'm sorry. Oh, there he is.
Oh, I can't hear you,
I
Brian.
can't hear you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I had to change my settings. So I was diagnosed with RMC. Hi, my name's Brian, by the way. I was diagnosed with RMC back in April of 2021. Um, I started seeing blood in my urine, and I got checked out by the doctor, and they found a mass on my left kidney. Um, they originally diagnosed it as clear cell carcinoma, and they went ahead and removed my kidney. And then upon further testing, they found out that I was actually RMC. So I started doing chemo rounds, multiple rounds of chemo and radiation with Dr. Masal because I live in Houston. And yeah, so I did two different regimens uh, of chemotherapy. I actually was on the second trial that Dr. Masal developed, and I did radiation with Dr. Tang. And as of October of 2023, I have no evidence of disease. Um, and right now, I'm pretty much getting checked every 6 months to see if my scans are still clear. And as of December, everything's still good. So, yeah.
It's Brian. Brian, do you have any questions?
I'm sorry. What's that?
Do you have any questions for the group?
I don't have any questions for the group, unless anyone has any questions for me. No.
Well, one thing I'd like to point out for Bridget and Nicole and Nikki is because I wanted them to hear your story just because, you were misdiagnosed. And I do want to say, and I think you will agree with me, Brian, part of the reason you're doing so well is your powerhouse of a wife who really, really pushed for your second opinion and supported you and stuff. And so I want to say to encourage these ladies that what you're doing is so important. I know there's going to feel days that maybe you feel powerless. Maybe you feel powerless right now and you feel like I'm not doing very much or I just don't know what to do. But I can tell you that you guys are so powerful. You are a force to be reckoned with. And in Brian's case, just his wife's support made the huge difference. So the fact that three of you are here tonight and that you're learning, you're becoming more empowered, and you're being a wonderful advocate for him is so good. So I just want to affirm you and encourage you that you're doing the right thing and you're really helping, even in days maybe you feel like you're not. I just want to show you are going above and beyond, and we're all really proud of you. And Brian's doing so well. And I just want to point out the support that you have can really make a difference. I know in Richie's case with Chris, man, she was a powerhouse with him too. And with Carissa, I had the benefit of being in a support group with her husband. So I know for sure that Carlos couldn't have done it without Carissa's incredible support. So our care partners and our support teams, they are just invaluable.
Thank you, Alexa. Yeah, and I feel like too, it just like the power of questions and the reaching out is just so important to have you guys here to be able to help each other is invaluable, and um yeah, I'm gonna put my also my phone number in the chat too, like if you guys ever want to reach out, especially to like I've had like if you have questions on just finding like financial resources for flights or lodging while you're traveling to MD Anderson. I have some experience with that, so you can feel free to reach out on that. Andre, do you want to introduce yourself and talk about your story?
Yes, I can do that. Let me get my video on. Just park my car. Uh, Um, Happy New Year, everyone. My name is Andre Sneed. I'm also a moderator for the RMC support group. Um, just want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Um, my journey with RMC started back in April 2019. Um, I was dealing with right flank pain in my right side and blood in my urine. Um, and in May of 2019 is when I got my kidney removed, and I went down to MD Anderson June 2019 to start my chemotherapy treatment. Um, so from June 2019 up until October 2019, I went through several different chemotherapy treatments, even immunotherapy, and also 28 cycles of radiation. Um, so through all of that, in October of 2020, it's when I got my first clear scan, no evidence of disease, and my scan's been clear ever since. So I go see Dr. Masai once a year. Um, yeah, so my next scan is in March. So looking for another clear scan. Um, and I just want to say this, I know this journey is tough. And when I first started, I read a whole lot of, you know, bad news about RMC and things like that. But the most important aspect just of this journey for me was just staying positive and keeping my faith, even when I had to go see Dr. Masai. He'll tell me, hey, the cancer became resistant to this chemotherapy. We gotta switch your regimen to something else. And like before every scan, I just made it up in my mind that, no matter what Dr. Messiah told me, I was gonna look at it, in a positive light. So I kept that positive energy throughout my journey until I got my clear scan. So I know it's difficult, but I just want to, tell everybody that's dealing with it, RMC to stay encouraged. This support group is here to support. Um, we're here to answer questions and just be there and share our experiences. So feel free to ask any questions, and um, I'll put my number in the chat if anybody have any questions for me offline as well. So just stay encouraged as best as you can, and keep moving forward.
Thank you, Andre. Curtis, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Curtis Threet. I am a board member of the Chris Johnson Foundation, and I've known Richard for many, many years. Um, when I come on and I listen to the people, it's very encouraging. And the things that people have said who have beaten this disease, I just want to say to everybody else, if they can, you can too, or your family member can too. So, as Andre said, just keep the faith and keep moving forward. So, I look forward to hearing more positive news in the future. So, um, just keep the faith.
Thank you, Curtis.
Sure.
Alexa, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Alexa. I've been a proud member of this group for a long time, and my connection to RMC, as I had previously stated, was Chris's husband, Carlos. And I'm so proud of all of you for coming tonight. I know it takes a lot because we have so many new people. I know it takes a lot to come to a place that you're not sure about or you don't know, and just for you to come, it's so brave, and I'm really proud of you. Um, I did want to say really quick, I didn't know this. So if you are in the Texas Medical Center, if you're there regularly, you can actually get a temporary library card from the Harris County Public Library, and they do have a library in the Texas Medical Center. So I just found this out. So if you're in Houston a lot and you would like to be reading or get some books, I know MD Anderson does have a library. Some of it's a little bit more cancer specific. So if you'd like to get other books, you can go down to that library, get a temporary library card, and then you can access the books that they have there. So that's another resource that you can have if you're regularly in the Texas Medical Center.
Thank you, Alexa. Richie, would you like to go?
Happy New Year, everyone. I am just so happy to see so many people on. Not that I'm happy that you're here with the diagnosis of REMC, but the fact that you took that next step to join us. And we welcome you to our family. I think our foundation is a whole lot different from many others because we do offer that personal touch to each and every one that connect with us. Just to give you a little bit of history, the foundation was started in memory of my son, Chris, who was diagnosed in 2011 with the REMC. And it was during the time that we were at MD Anderson that we didn't see or didn't, there was no literature or anything regarding REMC, very little even about kidney cancer in general. And this was what Chris wanted, was to start awareness so that people could be aware of what's going on. And it was because of him that Dr. Tanier felt a need to push forward in research. And that's when Dr. Masal, who was a fellow at the time, um, started working with Dr. Tanier. And we are so fortunate to have Dr. Masal. I mean, he works tirelessly. He's such a passionate and energetic young man. And, he's doing things that other physicians won't do. And he will treat afar, but it is always good to, be treated at MD Anderson. But if you're not able to travel to MD Anderson, please don't lose hope because as long as your physician connect with him, he will make sure that you're on the correct treatment protocol. So I just want each one of you to know, just don't lose hope. For those that are trying to get here, we'll get Xavier in earlier. I will be reaching out to Dr. Masal as soon as we get off this call so that we can get you in earlier. And I'll follow through with that. Um, will I have another opportunity at the end to talk about the walk or not? Are we at the end? No.
I think everybody went, but I wanted to go around to see if
Okay.
anybody had questions for anybody in particular. If you want to come off of mute and just speak up.
I had a question, I guess, for some of the survivors or anyone going through treatment right now, but are there any special diets that you find helpful? Is there anything, are there any foods that you refrain from?
We had Richie, was it like our November one we had like a recording about nutritionists. So Nikki,
Yeah.
if you like listen to that one, we had a I think it's probably within a half hour of the call we started. So there was a nutritionist where she kind of went into like pretty good like detail of what be good. I guess like rule of thumb, it depend like it kind of depends like what like state you're at. Like it's always good to have like eat and like if you feel like if you're struggling like on just eating anything, whatever you can get down. Rule of thumb, but she goes into detail like about um like what's better, what would help with certain things and like certain symptoms. And I believe also too, we might have like resource like a sheet as well from that.
Okay, so there's some sort of recorded conversation on that.
Nikki,
Okay.
if you would put your email in the chat, I can send that recording to you. I think it was November the 12th, but I'll be happy to send the link.
Yeah, it was our November meeting.
Okay. Any other questions people had? Brandon, hello. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Brandon. This is my third time in the chat. Um, my service might be going in and out. I'm currently in Houston right now. We're on the way back from back to the room and everything.
Okay,
But
well we could hear you now. We could hear you pretty clear now.
okay, yeah, this is my third time in the chat. I'm actually in Houston because I just actually got done with an appointment with Dr. Masal Friday, and actually we have pretty good news that the treatment is working.
Nice. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Brandon, you were supposed to have been calling me today.
Oh yeah, we were looking at houses. We
Okay.
yeah we kind of got drawn away, and then we came to with my wife to my wife's cousin's house.
Okay. Have fun while you're in Houston.
Yeah, but I will call you.
All right.
Brandon, do you have any questions?
Um, no question. Only question I have, how it's usually it's actually about others. How long has people been going through treatment?
Like varies.
Yeah, like my son did 7 months.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I know it's gonna vary.
Yeah, it does vary. Maybe some of you, like Heather, Andre, can you share how long your treatment plan was before you
Yeah,
became NED?
yeah, I can chime in here. Hey, how's it going there, Brandon?
All right, pretty good.
Yeah, so I started treatment around June 2019, and it ended October 2020. Um, so roughly about 18 months for me. I went through several different chemotherapies and radiation as well. Um, but the main thing, man, is just getting to that point where they say no evidence of disease. So whether it's 10 months, 12 months, 18 months, that's the goal. So that's how long it
Yeah.
took me.
It
Brandon,
took me. Sorry,
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I started treatment in September, and was due to finish the following January, so about 4 or 5 months later. But there was some delays because my white blood cells were quite low due to the effects of the chemotherapy. So they delayed a couple of the cycles, I think. So I finished about a month later. So it was 5 or 6 months in total.
Heather,
Brandon, I'm sort of like Andre. I started treatment May of 2023. I was diagnosed in January, but I had to delay treatment until I was pregnant at the time, so I had to delay treatment until I was in my second trimester. Um, but I've got three more chemo. I am no evidence of disease right now, but I've got three more chemo treatments left just to make sure nothing is left behind. So I should be done in February. So right at 18 months as well. But I've done multiple different chemos. I think I've done about four different types along with radiation. And for anyone who's down tonight, I do want to tell you that I got worse before I got better. Um, I'm not sure if that's the case with anyone else, but I know I went downhill before I started getting better. So just hang in there.
you
Oh
Heather.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, because we're actually I'm meeting with the doctor soon to actually talk about the whole kidney process now because our minds is shrinking. So we're trying to meet with the doctors later this week about trying to find the right time to do to go in and remove the cancer, the kidney.
Brandon, did you have any other questions?
No, that's it.
Pam, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, yeah. Hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. Just got home from work. Um, I am Pam, and I was diagnosed with RMC February of 2023, and I had my I started my first round of chemo March of 2023, and I had radiation. So I had treatment from March until September of 2023, and I ended with radiation, and then I had a second round of chemo radiation that started March of this year and ended June of this year. I'm sorry, March of last year into June of last year. So I uh, am I'm almost 7 months off of treatment, and my last scan in December was no evidence of disease. There was a weird spot on my muscle. So they're just keeping an eye on that. But my tumor marker's been good, and I go back for surveillance in March.
Amazing, Pam. Thank you. Do you have any questions for the group?
No, I just listen. I haven't really had, I mean, besides some side effects of treatment, I have been blessed to be able to continue to work and everything through treatment. So I just listen.
Thank you. Did anybody else have any questions for anybody in the group?
Yeah, so I wanted to bring up real quick. I know we touched a little bit on it earlier, but for Bridget and Nikki and Nicole's benefit, I'm curious if we could do a show of hands or an eye, how many people were misdiagnosed at first, either your loved one or you? So,
Yeah.
so plenty, yeah.
Yeah, I was as well, Alyssa.
Okay, so I would actually say the majority of people here were misdiagnosed. And I guess I'd say it's pretty typical. So that's good to know. And then we've had Brian's so far doing good, and Andre's doing good, and Pam, I'm so glad to hear you're doing, and Heather, oh my gosh, man, that's fantastic. So I think that's good. And I was curious also because I think it was Nikki who asked if anybody maybe had any tips for the travel with traveling, because I know so many of the people have traveled to Houston. Not everyone's local, or you've had to travel somewhere else. So I'm wondering if anyone can offer them any tips before they go to Houston, maybe something that can make the travel experience a little bit easier.
Oh, well, I would say one thing, like you can pre-board, like if you can ask.
Absolutely, and
You
that
have
is your right.
yes. So I would do that. Um, so you can come on plane clean, like you can clean, clean your seat. So that's something you can ask for pre-boarding. Um, trying to think what else.
Depending on where you're
Um,
coming from, if you could do a non-stop flight.
Yeah,
yeah. There was also this organization called Ground Angels.
yeah,
Um, and they basically they try to like have volunteers, and usually like they were past cancer patients, and they'll pick you up from the airport and either take you to the
yeah.
hospital or take you to where you're staying. And I found like that helpful because it's nice to like meet like different people, and I feel like it's like comforting. um I don't know. Yep.
Sorry, Bridget.
No, go
I
ahead.
know for me and my family, um, rental cars can be super expensive, especially if you get insurance on them. There are a lot of hotels right in the Texas Medical Center. If you Uber to and from the airport, most of the hotels have shuttles that will take you to the Mays Clinic, the main building.
Mhm,
A couple of those hotels, one is the Doubletree with Hilton, and there's
mhm.
another one called Sure Stay, and that's super convenient because you're not having to worry about a rental car or parking or anything like that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for those tips. We'll look into that.
Do any of you
I
guys have
did.
any more recommendations as far as hotels? And I would say Hobby is the closest airport to the medical center, Houston Hobby.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, I was just going to
For
add
her,
that I found renting through MD Anderson's patient travel program. Renting a car through them is so quick and easy, and the prices are pretty good. Um, so I have enjoyed that, but definitely finding a hotel nearby that with the shuttles, and then you don't have to worry about the parking fees because you do have to pay
Mhm.
parking fees at MD Anderson. So that's been
I
helpful.
found sorry, I'm found through if you call, so I've done most of my hoteling through Marriott. So
Mhm.
Residence Inn and Spring Hill Suites. They have a great shuttle service. They usually have breakfast, and if you call them to book, they have medical rates that aren't
Yeah,
available online. So you can definitely get a deeply discounted rate just by calling them and letting them know why you're there.
We use the we've been staying a lot at the Hyatt House, and
uh-huh.
you can get that through the MD Anderson travel for with the medical rate too. And their shuttle is great, so they'll bring you to like all the different medical centers around, and they
Yeah,
also will I think it says I think it was a mile. Like if you want to go to like restaurants or something else, the shuttle will take you there as well. I think the distance is a mile, but there's a lot from a mile from that
yes,
hotel.
there is. So you like it at the Hyatt House, Jennifer?
I really like it. Yeah, it's convenient, and they have like a hot breakfast every morning, and they have a nice pool. They have a gym.
Hmm. Nikki, I see you have your hand up. Oh, okay. So,
Oh, I think I just left it up because
okay,
you asked
okay, for
for.
the misdiagnosis. Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Um,
But
well,
I
that thank
appreciate everyone's travel advice. It's very helpful. Thank you.
yes, thank you guys, everybody, for
I
doing
have a
that for them.
quick
Go ahead.
question. Is there any kind of travel necessities you guys think are definitely needed when traveling for the first time, especially right after treatments?
Blanket. Definitely need a blanket and snacks.
Yeah,
Maybe some of those emesis bags in case you feel nauseous or sick.
yes. Compression socks are really good, and you can get a lot of them. Ginger chews are really helpful. Neck pillows and eye pillows are very helpful too. But blankets, anything comfortable for you or the patient, because you deserve to be comfortable too if you're traveling. Um, Definitely take advantage of that pre-board and get all set up and everything you can do to be comfortable and warm. I think those are all good things.
I would
Thank you for
recommend
that.
every antihistamine that's available over the counter. I had really bad pruritus my second round of treatment, and um, just keeping those on hand in case you do end up dealing with that. So I had Benadryl, Claritin, um, Allegra, all of them, and then Pepsid too.
That's really helpful, Pam. Thank you.
Thank you all for the advice.
Of course. And you can also, because I know there's some restrictions when you're on chemo with foods you can eat, there's a lot of foods you can pack through TSA. And you can go to Ask TSA and it will tell you like which foods are fine and which foods are not. That can be a helpful resource, but you can absolutely pack a lot of foods, since it may not be safe to eat in some of the restaurants or get any of the food depending on what the oncologist says. So definitely know you can do that.
And I also want to let everyone know there's a list of resources on the Chris C.J. Johnson Foundation website. So, and that is the list from MD Anderson as well.
Any other questions people had for each other? Amanda, are you saying anything? I
I,
see you light up.
I'm here.
Okay. I see you light up, so I'm not sure if you had a question or you're saying anything.
Well, I think I do. So, like age group. Like I want to know like how old everyone was when they were diagnosed.
My husband, he was diagnosed when he was 27, when he was 27. But there's other people, but I think we've had people as young as 8, and um,
Caleb.
yeah, um,
My son was 38 when he was diagnosed.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
24.
39. Yep.
35.
My
55.
son was diagnosed at 16 last year.
Oh, wow.
And I was diagnosed at 33.
41.
Antonio was 23.
I was 39.
My son was 26.
Xavier was at 34.
yeah, it's a wide array.
Yeah.
Even have, I think, had somebody on the call like 70, which
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
know.
Yes.
Kevin's in his 60s.
Yeah, Kevin's in his 60s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
think he's our oldest
He is.
patient we have here. Yeah.
Hmm. He is.
okay. Just don't tell him I said 70s then.
And I think the youngest kid that I'm aware of was 6 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I have a quick question for Brian, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I think when you were speaking before during your introduction, you said it was your left kidney where they found the RMC. Because typically, um, I thought it was right kidney. Like, I mean, I have heard by reading online that it does occasionally affect the left kidney, but I didn't realize that anyone actually had it in this group from the left kidney.
Yeah, so initially, when I heard that too, that typically it's on the right kidney. So when they found the mass, that's why they automatically assumed that it wasn't RMC because it was on my left kidney. But I guess I was special that way. So
You are special, Brian.
Antonio's was also his left kidney. Just for
Xavier's was left kidney as well.
Huh.
Oh, sorry, it's not as uncommon as I thought. Sorry.
Amanda, were you gonna say something else?
No.
Okay. Just like, um, did anybody else have any other questions for the group?
I just also want to say real quick, if there's any words of encouragement that we could give Melissa, especially with her travel tomorrow, and just the stuff that she's carrying. Just is there any encouragement that we can give her? I can go first. Melissa, you are just so incredible. You are such a light in this group, and I'm so sorry that things are heavy right now, but know that we're carrying this with you and that we're all spiritually with you when you're going on your plane, you're going to go travel, and when you're in the rooms by yourself, when you're in the scan room by yourself, we're all here with you. We're all here with you. We're riding this with you. You're not alone. And I just want you to know that I'm wrapping my arms around you. I can't physically do it, but I'm wrapping my arms around you. And I'm praying for you that peace will find you very soon, and that the pain and the suffering is going to end for you, and that peace is going to find you.
Yeah, Melissa, this is just a minor setback to make you even stronger. And as long as you stay positive and you have us around,
Yeah,
you're going to get through this. And
absolutely.
I will personally give you a hug tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone. I already feel better. I always feel like I'm the crier in the group for sure, but
No, you're good.
this group has meant a lot to me and it's brought me a lot of peace. And so I'm glad I made it tonight because you did it again. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And it's okay. Going through with REMC, everyone is going to have an array of emotions. And don't think it's wrong. It's not. It's okay for you to feel down. But while you're down, try to seek out something positive and raise yourself back up. We're here for you. I think any one of us, just pick up the telephone and call us. We'll listen, we'll talk, we'll do whatever. Just don't ask me to sing to you. But other than that, here for you.
I'll sing for you, Melissa, if you need somebody to
She
sing.
Uh-oh.
will. Carissa will sing. She will just sing and sing and sing.
Now I have to hear some.
Uh-oh. You'll get it.
Oh,
Bring it.
What song? Or give me an artist.
Oh my
Only one
goodness.
line, Clarissa.
Right?
when
I
she
can't,
starts, she's not going to stop.
right? I can't think of
So
anything offhand. Now you put me on the spot. Something uplifting.
okay. Um
I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There you go.
I don't think
There you
nobody
go.
can compete with Whitney Houston. Don't put
Hey.
it. Don't do it like that, David.
No, so that's a really tough one for anyone.
mm, and I will always love
Beautiful.
you. I'll be thinking about you, Melissa, and your trip tomorrow. And ever need anybody to call and stuff, no matter what time it is, feel free to reach out. We're here, we're here for you through your ups, throughout your ups and downs, and yeah, definitely had my crying moments, definitely had my angry moments, my crazy moments. So, um, you know, don't ever feel about that.
We all still cry.
Yeah.
I bet. I'm pretty angry at this wheelchair right now, but it's also helped me get where I need to go. So I'm thankful for it.
Just
And
give it a name and dress it up and keep pushing.
right. I'll fuss at it and yell at it and thank it and
Just
So,
remember, we're here for you, but lean on that family. If you have family there that's there and they
yeah,
want to help, let them do it, let them handle it, and be there for you. That's very important. Very important.
absolutely. Absolutely. Kids have been home for the holiday, and my daughter is actually going to go ahead and take a year off and stay home. So, um, and very thankful for the love and care that I've been receiving.
awesome.
Yeah.
Any other questions for the group today?
I just have an announcement.
Okay, Richie.
Okay, first of all, I wanted to share with you that they had a beautiful celebration of life for Elby on yesterday. Um, please keep Misty lifted in prayer, and Onu is pretty traumatic on him, as those of us that have walked that journey know. So just keep them lifted in prayer. Also, wanted to let you guys know, get ready for the 12th annual Keeping It Renal Run Walk. That will be held March 22nd at Sugarland Memorial Park. You can also get a team wherever you live. We're providing shirts for the RMC patient and one other person, so you don't have to worry about that. So if you're planning to come, just let me know. We're looking at trying to get a block of rooms so that we can get discount prices for those that are traveling in. But if you would like to set up a walk where you live, we would certainly we promote that as well. I was surprised Pasadena, California is still going through with their walk. um, just keep those people in prayer. Those of you that knew Anna, her family had to evacuate, and her best friend Marcy, they had to evacuate, but their homes are okay. They're back. The air quality is poor, but just it's just so devastating. You know, so many people were affected by the fire. So they're going on through with their walk, which will be held the week before the walk here in Sugarland. I will try to make it to Pasadena for that walk. Dorothy is also doing a walk. Everybody remember Maka? She's doing one in Elks Grove, California. And then, of course, Greece with Lois and Maria will be doing that walk in memory of Fanina. And then Ricky Casey Trust will end their fundraising efforts on the same day that we have our walk here in Sugarland. So just let me know. I sent out emails, but if you have any questions, please reach out. We want to make each year, we want to make it even bigger and better. And we would love to have you there. It's always so much fun and so much love out there at the park. So that's all that I have. I'm just so happy to see everybody on the call tonight. Oh, and I had an opportunity to meet Brandon on Sunday. He and his wife. I get that name. Help me, Brandon.
Natia.
Natia. I can't get Natia's name together. I want to call her Nakia, but we had a great time. You know, time was just passing. We were just laughing and talking. But we had a great time on Sunday. It's just always so good to actually just personally meet everyone and give you a big hug and all that good stuff. So we're looking forward to seeing Melissa and Brandon again on tomorrow. Melissa, if you don't feel well, just let us know. Don't feel like you're obligated because it is cold and a little nasty weather here. So, just let us know how you're feeling once you get here in Houston.
Will do. I'm definitely worried about the fatigue and traveling. So it's been pretty brutal. This red devil is rough
Oh, that red
with the
devil.
fatigue. Yeah, and then add to it, yeah, the painkillers and everything for the hip. So,
Well, we can
but
always postpone it to another day. We'll have an
well,
opportunity.
I'm flying in early for that reason, so that I'll have the day to recuperate, and so I'm hoping by evening time I'll be back in fighting form
Okay,
and ready to
sounds great.
and ready to meet everyone.
All right. Curtis, you're welcome to join us if you would like.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure. Tomorrow I have some church work.
Oh, that's right.
So I have to meet someone over there, and I don't know what time. So
Pray for me, babe.
pray for me. And Melissa, by the way, I since we mentioned church, I'm going to give you this little word that our pastor says. Just this little setback, is just a setup for God to do something good in your life. So be positive.
Okay. Andre, do you want to do closing?
Alexa, I think you have something to say.
About the survey. So if you have not done our survey, a lot of you have, super appreciate it. If you have not, and even the first time people on this call, you are so welcome to do the survey. You're good. It is in the chat. We just want to know, how can we do things better? What are we doing right? What do you think? And we would super duper appreciate that. And also, Rick posted in the chat, if anyone is affected by the wildfires or knows anybody, there's some resources as well.
Thank you. Andre, do you want to do closing?
Yes, I can close us out here. Um, Definitely good seeing everyone. and hearing everyone's um story. Um, gonna continue to pray for your progress, your healing. Um, when I first got diagnosed, the oncologist said I have 4 months to live. In April, it'll be 6 years. So stay encouraged, stay positive. Um, it- Even during the scans, if you don't get the scan result that you want, trust me, I, I, I got several that I didn't, but continue to stay positive, stay encouraged throughout that until you get, your clear scan and it says no evidence of disease. Dr. Messiah promised us that he will find a cure for RMC. So I'm going to continue to hold him to that. Uh, but until then, keep pushing forward, keep fighting, and we'll see you guys next next meeting in February. Um,
I think it's
what's the date, Ms.
February.
Ritchie?
I think it's February. It's February the 11th.
February 11th, a day after my birthday. All right, be ready to rock and roll.
Day after your birthday and 2 days before my mom's birthday.
That's right.
I'm gonna be
That's
99.
right.
Oh my gosh, mom is still
Nice.
kicking.
Yeah, mama will be 99.
Amazing.
99.
99. Any way you look at it, 99.
She don't look it
99.
either.
She'll be
No.
at the walk.
No.
She'll be there. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, have a good night. And my number is in the chat as well. If you need to reach out to me, just feel free to call at any time.
Thank you so much,
Good
Richie. I'll
night.
be reaching out to you soon.
All right.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, everyone.
Bye.
Good
Night.
Bye.
night.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.